Wba Featherweight titleist Nick Ball sees a lot of kindred spirit in Brandon Figueroa. And the thing about it is, kindred spirit can suggest similar traits or characteristics, but he believes their February 7th showdown, there's going to be a difference between the two. And he is more than willing to show what that difference is on the night of the fight. Let's talk about this featherweight matchup, which is another David and Goliath type scenario for boxing. To see fighters come together and face one another for quality matchups, that's what boxing is all about. And when we get that from fighters, it makes the sport oh so much more interesting, intriguing. And such may be the case on February 7th when Queensberry Promotions brings us Nick Ball against Brandon Figueroa. These two men are approaching the primes of their careers, and they should be fighting one another. But the thing about it is, Nick Ball, being the stature that he happens to be, is like a smaller man with a greater sized mentality in his approach to fighting. Ever since that he had his battle against the likes of fighters that call into question what he has accomplished in his career. We're talking about fights like Raymond Ford, Ray Vargas, Sam Goodman in his last fight in August of this year. The 5'2" orthodox fighter who's 28 years of age, carrying the WBA title, sees himself as the man about town. And though Brandon Figueroa is a fighter who is rugged and tough, he sees him as someone that is a challenge, but someone that he can turn away that challenge. So, what he says is, you don't become a two-weight world champion by being average. He fights like me. Well, he's gonna find out he's nothing like me, but there are similarities, Ball said of Figueroa. In March 2024, according to Ring Magazine, the Ring's #3 featherweight embarked on a run of 5 world title fights within 18 months. He was held to a controversial split draw by WBC champion Ray Vargas of Mexico. But just 3 months later, he outfought Raymond Ford to win the WBA title. Capitalizing on his success, Ball returned to Liverpool and stopped the experienced Ronnie Rios and TJ Doheny. In August, he outpointed Australia's Sam Goodman. Ball did more than enough to beat the smart Goodman, but wasn't at his rampaging best. After bouncing from camp to camp, Ball took a few months to recuperate, and the thought of taking on the aggressive, accomplished Figueroa, who brings a record of 26 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, and 19 KOs, has reawakened the same excitement he felt before the fights with Vargas and Ford. Ball, whose record is presently 23-0 with 1 draw and 13 KOs, has gone on to say, "It's on. Every fight, you've got to be on it. Your life's on the line, even more so with a fighter like this. You've got to be on it. You can't switch off. You've got to listen to people around you and keep doing what you've been doing." The relentless, aggressive Ball has been able to impose himself on all of his professional opponents. Despite standing 5'9", Figueroa is happy to give away his advantages in height and reach and engage his opponents at close quarters. In July, he threw more than 1,000 punches as he outpointed Joet Gonzalez in their WBA title eliminator. Ball won't have to persuade Figueroa to hold his feet. The Texan will come to Liverpool looking for a fight. He's going to, isn't he? He's coming over to Liverpool to try to take my belt. He's got a world title opportunity, hasn't he? He's going to come and try. That's his job to do. Is he going to succeed? Ball added with a smile. Who knows? Ball, again, who's 28, is the longest reigning of Britain's 4 reigning world champions. He also keeps the most low profile. He doesn't live his life through social media and is rarely seen unless he's supporting one of his teammates from the Everton Red Triangle gym. Figueroa would be a noteworthy addition to what was rapidly becoming one of the deepest resumes in British boxing. Fighters who have achieved a fraction of what he has receive so far more attention, but Ball hasn't spent a second thinking about where he stands in the domestic pecking order. I feel like I'm an exciting fighter. People always want to watch all-action fighters put it all on the line. Everyone's got their opinions. People are going to say it. People aren't going to say it. It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to continue doing me. The fight is an intriguing matchup because these two men are, like I said earlier, similar, but they have different objectives. When Brandon Figueroa fought his second fight with Stephen Fulton in February of this year, there was questions about that performance. He was lacking something that didn't show up in the first fight. However, since that first fight with Fulton and sandwiched in between the two, he still took on the likes of Carlos Castro, Mark Maceo, and Jesse Magdaleno. And his most recent fight in July of this year against Joet Gonzalez. All proven that Brandon is definitely looking to step to the grade of fighting of elite class himself. So who knows what will transpire on Saturday, February 7th. But I can guarantee you there's going to be an exchange of blows and there's going to be an exchange of personalities. These two men are not without facing one another in a degree which is going to spell who they are with their fists. But what do you think? This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know what you see on the horizon when these two men face off against one another. Leave comments and let's discuss further. Peace, to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.